What's up out there in internet land, everybody? I'm just popping on for a song and an update as the info section says. I was working on a song today, just wanted to share it and figured I'd take the opportunity as well to kind of update because I haven't been on social media for a little bit. Maybe over a month at this point. I mean, it probably is. I think it's maybe even upwards of 2 months. Did the live stream marathon in February, and I will say, for anybody that's on the fence or I don't know interested in my perspective on a social media cleanse, although that's not really exactly how I think about it. I just wanted to take a break, and so I don't know, not any kind of mystical sensei revelation that I'm here to provide, but I'm glad I did it, and I don't think I'm coming back. So how's that? I think I'm going to come back in a different way than I have before, and much lesser. I'll say this: after being off for a while, I thought, you know what, I need to change. I came up with this plan that I was gonna like be super social media, and then that and I was really extensive on it. I printed out sheets. I built even like a sort of a post that could hold that stuff on display, so it would help me to remember what I need to do. And then I thought, you know what? I don't want to give it that kind of time. I just don't want to do that. It's like, and so I thought in the I said I didn't even plan to say this. I was planning on doing a really short intro and then just going into the music. Yeah, whatever. I'm probably not gonna be on Facebook much at all. I've kept Facebook for the marketplace, and I decided to hang on to Messenger just in case anybody that's their main way of trying to get in touch with me. But I've turned off the notifications on that, and I'm just basically I won't be on it much at all. But I am planning to. I don't know. Like I said, I've been off of it now for like maybe upwards of 2 months, and I just think my life's better without it. So, but I am planning to still upload videos to YouTube, and I'll be present on YouTube. And I've completely redone my website, and I'm planning to connect with people at least online through my newsletter and through YouTube. And that's about it. I'm on the fence with maybe Instagram or Twitter, which I've never really used Twitter at all. But maybe I don't know. But anyway, came on to share a song and kind of give that update, just so like I haven't been on, online in quite a bit, and maybe there's people wondering, so I figured I'd share that, and just to let, and even if there isn't people wondering, I figured I'd just throw that out into the ether, that you probably won't be seeing me on here. This might be the last time I actually live to Facebook. So from here, it'll be on my website and YouTube. And anyway, a couple of songs kind of came to my mind recently, cover songs to learn, and one was today it came to me, Belief. And so I was working on that today, a John Mayer tune, trying to figure out the little riff. And I'll share that with you, and then I'll provide a couple more updates about things that I'm doing, and then I will be out of here. So let's see if I can get this thing. I got the loop set up already. never remembers changing their mind. The paint on a sign. Is there anyone who really recalls ever breaking rank at all? Something someone yelled real loud one time. But everyone believes in how they think it ought to be. Everyone believes, and they're not going easily. Leaf is a beautiful armor. Makes for the heaviest sword, like punching underwater. You never can hit who you're trying for. Some need the exhibition, and some have to know they tried. It's the chemical weapon for the war that's waging on inside. Everyone believes from emptiness everything. Everyone believes no one's going quietly. We're never gonna win the world. We're never gonna stop the war. We're never gonna beat this if belief is what we're fighting for. We're never gonna win the world. We're never gonna stop the war. We're never gonna beat this if belief is what we're fighting for. Na, 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 na. Everyone believes in how they think it ought to be. Everyone believes, and no one's going quietly. Not bad, eh? What do y'all think? I really like that song. For probably a lot of people like that song. It's but I don't know. It came to me today, and it's just been something that's on my mind a lot. That what that song kind of speaks to. That we get wrapped up in our beliefs and our opinions, and we get so locked into it, and so it's so captivating. It's inspiring. You feel a sense of purpose, which is a good thing. But we also need to stay humble, and patient and open to the idea that we're wrong, and and when we're not, it's a good message that song has. When we're not. That's where war probably ultimately comes from. And I was watching a video today. I left a comment on it, and it was this dispute between some TV hosts. They were doing like I don't know if it was a cooking thing, and they got they had a passive aggressive, on screen, very subtle but not too subtle, kind of thing going on, and everyone kind of took one person's side on the in the comment section of this video, and maybe that's because the video was posted into an echo chamber. I think that's probably what it was, but nevertheless, I could see why people would take this one person's side. But it seemed pretty clear to me it's just a misunderstanding, and there was a clear point that was quick, where the two people got different ideas in their heads about what was said, and then from there there's a division, and that division was misunderstood, and it resulted in both people, well, really one more than the other, becoming very, doubtful or suspicious of the other person. And everyone in the comment section was siding with that person because they all got tricked in the same way. And then they're believing a false thing about this other person's intentions. And then now we're hating on each other. Now we're fighting, and it's just a waste. So I don't have the video, so I don't know if that's so compelling for me to tell you that without playing the video. But it's something that just happens all the time. And if you look, communication, it ain't perfect. It's really difficult. And I think many times we think because we speak the same language that we speak the same language, but we actually don't. We all speak a different language. We all learn subtle differences about how we speak, and so it's an effort. I mean, communication is extraordinarily complex. There's the body language, there's the sound, the tonality. You can learn it for your entire life, and then everyone has a different understanding. We make efforts to try to come together and unite that understanding. And the world is infinitely complex. So to try to attach a finite word to an infinite world is, I think, literally impossible. And so communication is rough, and we're incredibly good at it, but it's still incredibly imperfect. And so anyway, that's my sermon for the day. And with that, if you like what you heard, you can find me more. I'm gonna be playing shows around town. I've pulled back a lot in really even maybe recent years, but I've got this Space Ark now. It's coming along pretty well. I've taken time to re-energize myself in terms of, that's not the right way to put it, just take care of myself better. And so having a more appropriate load, staying consistent on exercise and diet, and so I'm excited to get back out there and start gigging with a little more focus on where I'm gigging and trying to pick the right spots, and but also get out and spread out into a lot of different kind of places and venues and all that kind of stuff. So, and there's other stuff that I guess is still floating and has been for quite some time, and it still is at the moment, but it's still in the back of my mind. Not in the back, but it's still in the front of my mind. E-Open Mic, Mic Club, and my podcast. Now, tomorrow at 8 a.m., from 8 to 8:30, I'm going to be doing the new launch of a new version of my podcast, which is Noah's Groovecast. And going forward, I'm not having guests on my podcast. At least there's no plan to. The podcast is going to be 30 minutes on Monday mornings, and I'm going to be talking about stuff maybe kind of like I did right here. And as I go on runs, I'm trying to run 5 miles a day. I'm falling a little bit short, but not too. I'm doing a pretty good job, and I can do a little bit better. But when I go on my runs, it's a great chance to think, and so I highly encourage you to go on runs and mow the lawn, because that's some of the best thinking that I do. It's just a great chance to think, and so the ideas that come while I do that, I write them down, and a lot of those ideas, the best of them, I'm putting them into a list that I would go through and talk about on Mondays. But also, in one of these upcoming Mondays, not too far away, I'm going to be doing a feature on Tim Falvey, who some of you may know. His moniker, his name, his artist name in Charleston has been Uncle Tim's Bench. And he has taken on a new name called Big Iron Echoes as he's moved to New York and taken his music to New York, New York City. If you guys are familiar with him, he still is. He comes and goes, so he still makes regular returns to Charleston, and I'm going to be meeting with him at the place where his name came about, Uncle Tim's Bench, at the Bench, which is a real literal bench that took on a lot of significance and meaning to him during his time, residing and primarily residing in Charleston, being here. So we're going to talk about that journey to New York and sort of an update on Tim, but also the podcast is going to focus on songs. So I think the feature that I'm doing with Tim is something that I'll probably do more of. And that's something I wanted to do and was encouraged to do by somebody who I'm playing their wedding later this year, to dive into the details of songs and the lyrics of songs and look at them more deeply to try to understand their meaning and significance on an intellectual level. And so we're going to do that with Tim's song, Reveille, which is, if you've never heard it, it's a wonderful song. I think it's a very powerful song. And it's sort of an anthem for artists. And so I'm really excited to get his take on that and I kind of dig into it between the two of us. And so that'll be in one of the upcoming Mondays for Noah's Groovecast. And then otherwise, I guess I'll give a few updates. I recently completed a recording project of about 17 or 19 songs that I worked on with songwriter Nathan Douglas from L.A., or by way of Seal Beach more specifically. And it was in total a 46-song project, and I did the mastering for all 46. I mixed and produced and recorded, performed on around 17 of them. It's a big long project, and so I mentioned that in part to mention it, and I also mention it to say that work that has been done over February, March, and April, I think has put me in a really good place to do some more recording with artists locally. So if you or anybody you know is interested in recording, I think I'll be a good fit for certain situations. And so there's a lot that I've dialed in over the course of that project, and I'm excited to implement and use the Space Arc, for recording. I think I can produce a really good sound and do a good job with the mixing and mastering, and I think I can do it at a good rate as well. So that's something I'm looking to do some of going forward. Otherwise, I think I'll leave you with just saying, if you haven't already, subscribe to my newsletter, and I'll be connecting. That's the main way I'm going to be connecting and sharing information, is through that newsletter. You can sign up on my website, and I need to go check to make sure. I tried to set up, I recently completely redid my website. By the way, if anybody's interested in setting up your own website, I just did a complete overhaul. I switched from GoDaddy to SiteGround and a WordPress hosting, and I switched my domain hosting to Cloudflare. And there's a lot that I've learned through doing all that, and I've been able to launch a very capable website for about $50 for the year, I think is what it's costing me. Whereas GoDaddy was going to try to charge me around $500 for this year, and I think I paid several hundred, like $300 to $400 last year. And so if anybody has questions about that kind of stuff, I could point you maybe in some good directions. It takes a little bit of work, but I pulled it off in under a week, and it didn't occupy all my time during that time. And I think maybe this is where I will leave you guys. Let me check it to see if there's any comments before I go. I don't think there are. Nope, I don't see any. Trying to think. I think that's it. So I probably won't be here on Facebook again. So if you want to get in touch with me, get my phone number. If you send me a Facebook message, I will see it. I just might be slow in responding. You can send me an email to noah@noahgrove.com. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for checking out my live stream. Peace out. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.